Hi friends, welcome to all. In this video we are going to see the packet tracer activity using Traceroute to discover the network. We will go through the scenario here. The company you work for has acquired a new branch location. You asked for a topology map of the new location, but apparently one does not exist. However, you have username and password information for the new branch networking devices, and you know the web address for the new branch server. Therefore, you will verify connectivity and use the Traceroute command to determine the path to the location. You will connect to the edge router of the new location to determine the devices and networks attached. As a part of this process, you will use various show commands to gather the necessary information to finish documenting the IP addressing scheme and to create a diagram of the topology. The user exec password is Cisco, then the privileged exec password is class. Trace and document a remote location. Note, as you complete the following steps, copy command output into a text file for easy reference and record the missing information in the addressing scheme documentation table. Here we can see that addressing scheme documentation. Right. Refer to the hints page for a review of the commands used. In Packet Tracer, click the right arrow on the bottom right side of the instruction window. If you have a printed version of the instructions, the hints page is the last page. So coming to this symbol, here we can see in the second page this iOS commands which can be used throughout this Packet Tracer activity. We will start from A. Click Sales and the desktop tab. Command prompt, use the ipconfig command to check the IP address configuration for sales. Coming to our topology, here we can see the PC sales. Coming to desktop, command prompt, here we are going to give ipconfig, and here we can see the details. IP address 172.16.0.5, subnet to mask 255.255.255.0, and here we can see the default gateway 172.16.0.1. That means this device is connected to the router. Here we can see that. Here we can see this network is connected to this interface. We'll check that gigabit ethernet 0/0 of this router R4. So here we can see the address default gateway 172.16.0.1. This is the IP address of this interface gigabit ethernet 0/0 in this router R4. We will document these informations into our addressing scheme documentation. Here we can see the device sales interface NIC address 172.16.0.x. It can be any number from 1 to 254. This is assigned by the service DHCP. Here our address is 0.5. So here I am going to assign that. Right. Also we have seen the device R4, and we have seen the IP address of the interface gigabit ethernet 0/0 here. So here we will give that the interface gigabit ethernet 0/0 and the address. Yes, here it is. I am going to copy this address. Right. And here we can see the subnet to mask. So we didn't get the subnet to mask. Anyway, we will come to this device R4, and again we will verify this address and the subnet to mask. Coming to B, the new server web address is b2server.pt.pka. Enter the following lookup command to discover the IP address for B2 server. Right. So coming to our sales command prompt, here we are going to give lookup and this server details, and here we can see the address 128.107.64.254. Coming to our addressing scheme, here we can see b2 server.pt.pka. The address is 128.107.64.254. This is what we get here. ns lookup b2 server.pt.pka. This is what we given. What address did the command return for b2 server? Yes, we have seen that. Now we will come to see. Enter the traceroute command to determine the path from sales to b2 server.pt.pka. We are going to give this traceroute space b2 server.pt.pka. ns lookup b2 server.pt.pka. Yes, this is what we given already. What address did the command return for a b2 server? Yes, we have seen that. Now we will come to see. Enter the traceroute command to determine the path from sales to b2 server.pt.pka. So this is what we have to give, a traceroute b2 server.pt.pka. Well, coming to our sales command prompt, we are going to give that command here, right? And here we can see the result. Yes, here we can see that. Coming to D, telnet to the first IP address in the traceroute output and login. Here we can see we are going to give a telnet to the first IP address. Before that, we will copy this traceroute or result to our word. Right here, I am going to copy that, and here we can see the first IP address. It is 172.16.0.1. I am going to copy this. So I will mark this right. Now we will come to sales, and here we are going to give telnet to the first address. Here is that. Password Cisco, enable password class. Here we can see we log in into the router R4. Coming to E, you are connected to the R4 router. Exactly, we have seen that. Issue the traceroute command on the router using the address for b2 server determined in step B. What is different about the traceroute command on the router compared to traceroute on the PC? Coming to our PC sales, here we are going to give traceroute to our server, that is b2 server.pt.pka. Here we can see that address. And here we can see that. Now here we given this traceroute command from the router R4 and not from this sales. And here we can see total 4 hops, but here we can see total 5 hops. And here we can see this first address, that is 172.16.0.1 is not present in this second traceroute what we given from the router R4. And this address belongs to this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 of this router R4. Next is, what is the significance of R4 to sales? So previously I told this network is connected to this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 of this router R4. So obviously here R4 is the default gateway for this device sales. Coming to F, use the show IP interface brief command to display the status of the interfaces on R4. Based on the output of the command, which interface is used to reach the next device in the list output from the traceroute command. Right, so coming to our sales, you have to go to R4, and here we are going to give the command show IP interface brief. And here we can see the details. Yes, here we can see the IP address of gigabit Ethernet 0/0, serial 0/0, and serial 0/0/1.1. This is sub interface. Now we will come to our word. Here we can see the second address in the tracer 64.100.150 network. So we will check that. Coming to our R4, here we can see that address 64.100.150.1, and here we can see the same network 64.100.150. Hence, obviously, we can say this interface serial 0/0/0 is connected to the 64.100.150.0 network. Hint: use a show running config to view the subnet mask values for the interfaces. Right, coming to R4, show running config, and here we can see the details. Here we can see already we given this IP address into our addressing scheme. Now we have to get this subnet to mask, that is 255.255.255.0. Coming to our addressing scheme, here is gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and here we can see the other interfaces. That is serial 0/0/0. We'll give that here, and here is the address. Also, here is the subnet to mask. Right, for this interface a serial 0/0/1.1, already they given the address and subnet to mask. Now we will come to G, telnet to the second IP address in the Traceroute list and login. You can use the number in the far left column of the Traceroute output to track where you are in the list. What is the name of the device to which you are connected? Right, so coming to our second address, so here we can see that is 64.100.150.2. We are going to telnet to this number. Right, coming to our sales, so we are going to exit from R4, and here we are going to telnet to this second address. Password Cisco. Yes, here we can see the device tier 3A. I am going to copy this. Enable password is class, and here we are going to give the device, the next device is a tier 3A. Coming to H, issue the show IP route command and study the output, referring to the list of codes at the beginning of the output. What are the different types of routes displayed in the routing table? Right, coming to tier 3A, here we are going to give the command show IP route, and here we can see the details. Here we can see the characters. D is for EIGRP. We can see number of C's that is connected. Here we can see L is a local. Here we can see S, that is static, and here we can see S star. This is a static default route. Here we can see the details of these characters. This for EIGRP, etc. Right. Coming to I, based on the show IP route command output, which interface is the exit interface for the next IP address listed in your original Traceroute output? Right, coming to our word, here we can see the next address, that is 64.104.22.0 network. So we have to verify our routing table. Here we can see that we have to search for this network. Yes, here we can see that 64.104.222.0/30 is directly connected to the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Now we will fill this tier 3A interface details into our addressing scheme. Here we are going to give show running config, and we can see each interface details. Here we can see gigabit Ethernet 0/0 interface, and we will get the IP address. Also the subnet mask. Here we can see gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Its address already given here, right? Here we have a serial 0/0/0. That address also given here, 64.100.100.2. And here we can see the subnet mask. We will update that. Also here we have a serial 0/1/0. Here is the address and the subnet mask. Right. Coming to J, telnet to the third IP address in the Traceroute list and login. What is the host name of the current device? Here is our third address. I'm going to copy this. Right. Coming to our sales. Telnet. Here is the address. Password is Cisco. Here we can see that ISP-Tier3B. Enable. Password is class. So we will give this details. Traceroute ID 3. Here is the device. Next is issue the show IP route connected command. What networks are connected directly to this router? Yes, we will check that. Show IP route. Here we have connected, and here we can see 64.100.8.0/24, 64.104.222.0/30, 64.104.222.4/30, and 128.107.46.0/24. So these are the networks connected directly to this router ISP-Tier3B. Now we will get all the details of the interfaces in this router ISP-Tier3B, and we will add into our addressing scheme. Here we will give a show running config, and here we can see the details. Fast Ethernet 0/1. It's already filled here. We can see 128.107.46.1, and subnet mask we have to add it. Here we can see that. Right. The next interface is Fast Ethernet 0/2. We will add this information into our ISP-Tier3B IP address. Coming to subnet mask. We will check the other interfaces. Here we can see gigabit Ethernet 0/2, and here is that address is we will see that gigabit Ethernet 0/1. We have this. We will take this address first. Gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Here is the address. And subnet mask. Now we will get the IP address of gigabit Ethernet 0/2. Here we can see that. And subnet mask is already updated. Coming to the next point, refer to the addressing scheme documentation table, which interfaces connect the devices between Traceroute 2 and Traceroute 3. Right, coming to our documentation, here we can see Traceroute ID 2 and 3. Here we can see the devices tier 3A and ISP-tier 3B. So when we consider this, so here we can see this address. I would like to highlight this. Here we can see it's in bold. And coming to this ISP-tier 3B, here we can see the address. Both are in the same network. That means these two interfaces are connected between these two devices, tier 3A and ISP-tier 3B. Here we can see that interfaces gigabit Ethernet 0/0 in this device tier 3A and gigabit Ethernet 0/1 in this device ISP-tier 3B. Also coming to this router ISP-tier 3B, here we can see the interfaces. Here they given no switch port. That means it's a layer 3 device, that is a multi-layer switch. Here we can see all the interfaces faster than 0/24 and gigabit Ethernets. So here they made this port as a router interface using no switch port and assign the IP address. Coming to K, telnet to the fourth IP address in the Traceroute list and login. What is the name of the device? Right, so here we will get the IP address. So here we can see the fourth address. Right, coming to sales, we will exit, and here we are going to give a telnet and the address. Password is Cisco, enable password is class, and here we can see the router name, that is B2-R1. Coming to L, issue a command to determine to what interface B2 server.pt.pke is connected. So here itself they say that this server is connected to this router. What I have seen here, that is B2-R1. So for that we can give the show command. We can give show running config, or we can give show IP interface brief, or even we can give show IP route, so that shows the IP address, and we will match with this network address of this B2 server.pt.pka. Here we can see that 128.107.64.0 network. Right, so we will check that. Here I would like to give a show IP interface brief, and we will check the address. Here we can see that 128.107.64.1. so obviously we can say this B2 server.pt.pka is connected to this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Coming to EM, if you have used the addressing scheme documentation table as you completed the previous steps, the table should now be complete. If not, finish the table now. Right, so we will complete that. Here we will give the command show running config. Oh, typing is right. Show running config. And here we have to check the interface details. So here we can see that. And coming to our addressing scheme, yes, so here they given gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and here we can see that address. I am going to copy that. We will add it here, and this subnet mask, the next interface. So here we can see gigabit Ethernet 0/1. And here is the IP address and this subnet mask. right. Coming to the last point, N, with a complete documentation of the addressing scheme and knowledge of the path from sales to branch 2.pt.pka, you should be able to now draw the new branch location in the topology documentation space below. Right, so we will draw this diagram into a new packet tracer. Before drawing our topology, we should check whether our server branch 2.pt.pka is directly connected from the server b2-r1 or through switch. So here we can check that with the help of show cdp neighbors, or here we can see 2960 switch. We can give better details, right, and here we can see the details. Yes, Cisco 2960 switch, and it's connected to the gigabit Ethernet 0/1. We are going to draw this topology into a new Cisco packet tracer. So here we can see from sales it goes to IP phone, then S4, then R4, right? So we will put all these devices. We have this entity device, and we have an IP phone. Also we have a switch. We will add a 2960 switch. Also we have a router. Here we are going to use a 2911 router, that is R4, right. Also here we can see other devices, a tier 3A. So we will check the other router, that is 2911 here as a tier 3A. Then we have ISP-tier 3B. This is a layer 3 switch. So we have to take a layer 3 switch here, a 3560. Then we required a B2-R1 router. So we will take this router 2911. Then we have this server. It's connected through a switch 2960. So we will take 2960 switch, then a server. We will rename all our devices. This is sales, right. Then we have IP phone 0. Then we got switch S4. Right. Then it goes to the router R4. And then we can see we have this tier 3A. Then we have this router, that is ISP-tier 3B. The next router is a B2-R1. Then we have our switch, then our server, that is branch 2.pt.pka. Now we will come to the connectivity. We will connect this sales and IP phone, also from this IP phone to S4. Then coming to our topology, here we can see this switch is connected to this R4. Here we can see the interfaces, gigabit Ethernet 0/1 in this switch S4, and gigabit Ethernet 0/0 in this router R4, right. Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to this router R4, gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Here I connected to this IP phone using this automatic connection type. Don't worry about that. Here even we can connect using manually. So here we have to connect from a fast Ethernet 0 to this PC, then from switch to this S4 to any interface. The topology here we can see it's connected to fast Ethernet 0/3 from this iPhone 0 to this S4. We can do that 0/3. Right, so we will label this information. Anyway, we will label from here. Here we connected to gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and to this router interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. We will add serial interfaces for this router 2911. Here we can see only gigabit Ethernet interfaces. We will switch off the device and we will add this serial connection, right, and we will switch it on. Also we will do it in tier 3A. Right. Now coming to our packet tracer activity topology, here we can see that this is connected to the interface serial 0/0/0 and the other end serial 0/1/0. So this can be verified in our this addressing scheme. Here we can see the Traceroute details, the second IP 64.100.150 network. So if you observe in R4, here we can see that network which is connected to serial 0/0/0. And here we can see the other IP address in the same network 64.100.150.2 which is connected to serial 0/1/0 in this device tier 3A. Now we will do that connectivity between R4 and tier 3A. We will take the serial DTE R4 serial 0/0/0 to this tier 3A serial 0/1/0. We will label that. So serial 0/0/0 and to this interface serial 0/1/0. Coming to the next Traceroute IP address, here we can see that 64.104.222.2. Here we can see that range in tier 3A it is connected to gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Here we can see that, and in ISP-tier 3B here we can see that is gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Coming to the connectivity, we will take this copper straight through from gigabit Ethernet 0/0 to gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and we will label that gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and here it's gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Coming to the next IP address in the Traceroute, here we can see it's 64.104.222.6. So coming to our ISP-tier 3B, here we can see that it's 22.222.5. The interface is fast Ethernet 0/2, which is in the same network, that is 64.104.222.4. that's a network address. And in the other router B2-R1, here we can see that 64.104.222.6, that is the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 in this router B2-R1. Coming to the connectivity, so here we have to connect to fast Ethernet 0/2 to this router gigabit Ethernet 0/0. We will label that fast Ethernet 0/2 to this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Right. Now we will connect from this router to this switch. So here we have seen In this router, we have to connect to the local interface, that is gigabit Ethernet 0/1, to this switch interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Right, so coming to the connectivity, gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to this gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Also, we will connect this server from any interface to this server. Now coming to our packet tracer activity topology, here we can see after R4, here they made a cloud, that is internet. So we will create this cloud here also after this R4. So we are going to select all these devices and we are going to create a new cluster. And here we can see that we are going to give this name, right? These are the devices in that. So we will rename that to internet. Right, that's great. Here we can see all the devices here. Well, that's all in this packet tracer activity using Traceroute to discover the network. Friends, if you have any doubt in this packet tracer activity, comment below. Also, if you like my video, give a thumb and don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you will get latest uploading video info directly into your mail. Thank you.